I love murdering people!
Why is this the first thing that starts this episode?
Because I did a lot of weapon grinding, and... Okay, yeah, so basically to explain this, you can level up your weapons. And
yeah, we know that.
And the way you do that is by shooting people. However, you can also shoot vehicles. And shooting vehicles on the freeway is actually the best way to grind up your weapon skills. So that's basically what I was doing. Because upgrading your weapons, it's pretty neat. It allows you to move and shoot, and let me tell you, that is something you want in this game, in any game.
Yeah, like first-person shooters.
Yeah, and it's kind of something that I feel Grand Theft Auto 5, for example, does wrong, because it attempts to go for like the hyper, well, not the hyper realism, because if it's the kind of hyper realism, you could only carry like one weapon, and you need to specifically like attach a holster to your suit or whatever. But in Grand Theft Auto 5, basically, if you're aiming, and I don't know why I move my hands around, because I'm talking to a bunch of motherfuckers on the internet, they cannot see me, so why am I still doing it? Anyway, now I know how Woozy feels when people are pointing at stuff. Anyway, yeah, so in games like Grand Theft Auto 5, you can move and shoot. However, if you're aiming... Was that already it? Well, I guess I got extra motorcycle skill. Anyway, what did I want to... Yeah, so you can move while shooting and aiming, but you move really slow.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to in order to aim perfectly.
Well, yeah, but... It's a game! It's a fucking game!
Looking down the sights in first-person shooters does make you slow down.
Well, yeah, but look, there's a thin line between being realistic and being fun, and some games just really overdo it on the realism, I find. So, but basically, in this game, you want to be able to aim and shoot. Otherwise, well, you could die pretty easily. At least for a beginner. Like, I would recommend to just go to a freeway and shoot some cars if you just get this game. But the problem with that is you need ammo for that, you need weapons for that, and yeah. Sometimes you don't, and sometimes it takes a while to like pick up weapons you dropped. Yeah, it's blah.
All right.
Anyway,
so I have two questions.
I did not forget. I just artificially drawn out this episode. I need to show off my motorcycle skills.
I'm awake. What?
No.
Okay. What are the questions, Yuyu?
Why did you start with doing the motorcycle classes?
I guess because I could. In a way.
Did you need to do them for an upcoming mission?
No, and the motor school is actually 100% optional. I don't even know for sure if it's mandatory for 100% completion.
Then why have the driving and the planes one required?
Well, those have a reason, a story reason, and again, technically, driving school wasn't required.
Okay.
Flying school was, but driving school was 100% optional.
Alright. So my other question. What are you doing?
Well, you know how I just went to a completely optional and totally unnecessary school?
Yeah. Now we're returning back to town?
Oh, no. We are going to the Bayside. Wanna guess what we're doing in the Bayside?
Shooting people?
No! What the hell is your problem? That's illegal.
You're the one that started with shooting people and screaming, "I love shooting people. I love murder."
Yes, but that's because I love killing people.
God damn it, Edgy.
But it remains illegal.
Okay.
And I try to minimize the amount of crimes I pull off.
I was
Okay,
waiting for you to just hit a person now.
I'm not gonna hit a
Hearing
person.
Edgy,
Go ahead,
hearing
Deepak.
hearing Edgy talk about how he loves murdering people, it just, for some reason, I'm thinking of something from, I can't remember which American Dad episode it was. I know it's one of the Christmas episodes. It's where the feud between the Smith family and Santa Claus starts, and like Stan and Steve are on this porch and they're shooting like the elves, and just out of nowhere Steve's like, "Is it wrong to have a boner right now? It'd be weird if you didn't." I don't know why, but it just came into my head.
Right.
So I take it this episode is just you showing off the schools then?
Well, I guess in more ways than one. This is more of a cleanup episode, I guess.
Alright. I mean, what's left to clean up besides the schools?
Well, weapon upgrades, and I don't
Which
know
that
what.
one you could just do by shooting off screen.
Which I did, and then I started the episode at the tail end of it.
Alright.
Also, you wanna know the best thing about these about this school?
What?
There is no boating skill.
Yeah, that's really weird.
There is no stat for how you're able to handle a boat. So what I'm doing right here is completely unnecessary.
I was actually just going to ask that, but ask that to be honest.
Like, the only reason why you would want to do this is A, because you've got nothing better to do, and B, because getting all gold gives you a pretty neat boat spawn at the boating school.
That you
Of course,
will never use.
that you will never use, because what the fuck are you doing at the boating school?
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing I always find hilarious about these kinds of games. A lot of people tend to complain about going like, oh, why is it that all these games have like all the cars, all the bikes, all the planes, but no submarines? And I'm like, my man, Grand Theft Auto 5 had a submarine, and everybody fucking hated it.
Why?
That's because it's fucking boring. Like, cars and bikes are fun because you can run people over. Planes are fun because you can crash them. What the fuck are you gonna do with a submarine?
Okay, you said that there's no boating skill, but I saw the skill thing pop up.
I'm pretty sure that it's tied to... No, that's because this is a hovercraft, and a hovercraft...
No, in the last one.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if that was just car driving skill. And that the game just
true.
grouped like boating skill and driving skill together.
True.
Yeah, it's... I think
like at least-
I think back then I was even hesitant about doing this. But I guess I'm just showing it off for the sake of showing it off.
Well, that doesn't mean that when I start doing Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, that just because you did this does not mean that I'm doing the challenge mode only missions in the Megacorp games and the Gladiator games. Fuck those.
I want Ratchet to go commando on me.
Do you want him to also sit on your face?
There's many characters I want to sit on my face.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Like,
Yeah, that's
like Incineroar, Luna, Lucario. There's a lot of Pokemons in there. Okay, we should probably stop this conversation. We're talking about a fucking 80+ crime simulator, and we're talking about Pokemon and other furry garbage.
I mean, it's like tangent.
Yeah, but like, I don't feel like it's an appropriate. Like, I don't think our like viewer base has a lot of furries in there.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Like, I don't judge. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I'd be the last person who has the right to judge.
Mad at you for screwing up they ride.
You couldn't have shown us what happened to the car.
No. Hi.
It's probably not an interesting story. He probably just crashed it for all we know.
Edgy.
She was thin shaming me. Like she was criticizing my body. You don't fucking do that.
Oh my god.
Like first it was that bitch at the driving school, and now it's the yoga twat.
And now the buildings are glitching out.
And now the buildings are glitching out because for whatever reason the tray won't fucking move. But to be fair, that's a pretty decent representation of the Dutch railway system. It's just a shame that this game takes place in America. Or at least a very fictional version of
Version of America, yeah.
It's America. Like that's the one thing I do always find weird, how they still go like, yeah, this is not, it's not Los Angeles, it's Los Santos. It's not San Francisco, it's San Fierro. It's not Las Vegas, it's Las Venturas. But then they'll still go like America.
That taxi's just utterly pitting you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here's the question I have, you guys.
Go on.
What?
Okay, just this is just, it's been something I've been thinking about for a while. Can you imagine if they decide to do a Grand Theft Auto in Canada? Think of the Canada bashing that they would do.
I think they did a GTA in London.
Yeah, but that was like really old Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
And-
one of the older ones
And-
was in London, yeah.
I'm not 100% sure about it because I don't know like what people refer to as classic Grand Theft Auto, because when I think classic Grand Theft Auto, I think this. Like, I'm not gonna say that like Grand Theft Auto 3 is the first Grand Theft Auto, but like, I don't know, they're two entirely different pieces.
Three is, I believe, is the first one with this system.
Yeah.
Basically, the open world, full on driving stuff. Because I believe the first two and Game Boy Advance one and Chinatown Wars were all top down.
Actually, Chinatown Wars was it was semi top down, semi 3D. Like
Okay.
the graphics were in 3D, and I need to play Chinatown Wars one of these days. Like I tried
too.
I tried playing it on my
remember. I still.
You still
Go
can't
ahead.
remember
Go
what?
ahead. I was just saying I still can't remember, like, think that Grand Theft Auto came out for the Game Boy Advance of all platforms.
Well, I mean, Chinatown Wars did too.
No,
DS.
no. Chinatown Wars was DS and PSP. Grand Theft Auto Advance was on the GBA. And from what I understand, it's actually a pretty decent game.
My point is there are two of these games on Nintendo consoles.
Yeah.
Didn't Grand Theft Auto 4
we got the bikes.
come out for
Who's
Wii U at one point?
No, I don't think Rockstar released anything on the Wii U.
Steal one while it's on its route.
Like on the Wii they released Bully and table tennis.
Have you ever seen those helicopters they used to lift loads?
Looking.
Sky cranes. We could lift the whole truck and take them to someplace safe.
But no, Rockstar did not do anything on the Wii U. On the Switch they
Hey, don't look at me.
they released
I forgot
Grand Theft
what they
Auto
were
the Definitive Edition trilogy and LA Noire.
Okay, so this is basically the list of games that Rockstar's done on Nintendo consoles. Monster
Okay,
Truck
let's hear.
Madness for the N64. There was the Game Boy Color port
Hang
of
on,
GTA 2.
hang on. When you say Monster Truck Madness on the N64, is that Rockstar or DMA Design?
Developed by Edgy Reality and published by Rockstar.
Right. So that was after
yeah, so
that was after they rebranded.
Yeah.
All right.
I could just go straight for the games that they themselves have developed, but that one would be a much shorter list. Tarantula Studios developed the Game Boy Color port of GTA 2. I'll just say they published. They published Earthworm Jim 3D.
I remember that one.
They published Evel Knievel and the original GTA on Game Boy Color.
Oh right. Didn't they also do like the those weird Austin Powers games?
Yep, those are actually the next two I was going to say. Oh, Behave and Welcome to My Underground Lair.
I still need to like properly get into watching the Austin Powers movies.
They're really good. They are really good.
They're really
and they're also the reason why James Bond movies don't do comedy anymore.
Well, aren't they just
Really?
Yeah.
like a really comedic take on James Bond?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
pretty
it's
much,
because Austin Powers did it. They can't. They thought that they couldn't be funny anymore.
Right. I mean, so for
That's why
the only
007 movies are more mature.
I mean, so for the only classic James Bond movies that I watched are the first two, Doctor No and You Only Live Twice.
I've never seen any.
Yeah, I had
You
like
Only Live Twice is a good one.
I had like a DVD box set, or I didn't have a DVD box set. It was my brother's, but I borrowed it, and at one point I just
Never returned it.
at one point he took it back, so I couldn't really watch it anymore, because contact between me and my brother just went away. But I have considered picking up a James Bond Blu-ray box set, but there's a few problems that I have. The first one is that even though No Time to Die has been out for quite a long time now, they still haven't released a new Blu-ray box set with all the
Daniel Craig ones.
with No Time to Die included. And the second one is that they're Blu-ray box sets, but I kind of tried to transition to going fully 4K Blu-rays, and so far the only 4K Blu-ray I could find of James Bond is No Time to Die, and I know for a fact that at least Skyfall's Spectre, they have to have 4K versions, and like.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
like any movie that a lot of people don't realize this, but a lot of movies out there were recorded with like really high, like ultra high definition cameras. Like I could be talking out of my ass right now, but when it comes to the gear they use to record movies, it doesn't, like, our phones and our like high-tech cameras, they don't hold a candle to that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they as of this moment they've already started recording movies at like 16K cameras, let alone 8K.
So much poppin'.
Yeah.
It's a sign of the times.
True.
I think, honestly, like, because I think 007 just had its, like, anniversary not that while ago, unless I'm mistaken. I think to commemorate the anniversary, they came out with a box set of, like, the entire trilogy up to date.
Yeah, but I
could be wrong.
look, I'm going to minimize how much I'm going to reveal, but I'm just gonna say it like this. There's a reason why it would be perfect for them to bring out a box set with all the 25 James Bond movies.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Yeah. I think what they did was they released some of, like, the movies, like, as, like the Roger Moore era kind of deal. Like a collection for, like, each actor that played Bond, I think.
Yeah.
Again, I could be wrong.
But to be fair, I also would not be surprised if the reason why they haven't brought out a new box set is just simply because they were like, okay, we're gonna just bring out this box set, and then when No Time to Die comes out, well, the people already have the box set, so they'll just buy No Time to Die standalone. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
Anyway, back to what started this tangent. They published the GBA version of Max Payne, which I never knew that was a thing.
Wait, GBA version?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently there's a GBA version of Max Payne.
Please tell me it's like Silent Hill and they just turned it into a visual novel.
I have no idea, but I'll look it up between this episode and the next. They published Smuggler's Run War Zones for the GameCube.
Oh, so they did do stuff on the GameCube.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, GTA Advance. Like Edgy mentioned earlier, table tennis.
Also, fun fact, did you know that Rockstar's Table Tennis, a fucking table tennis game, started out what was going to be the physics engine of GTA 5?
Really?
Yeah.
That is wow. There's the Wii version of Manhunt 2. There's the Wii version of Scholarship Edition.
Bully Scholarship Edition.
Yes, Bully Scholarship Edition. There's the DS version of Chinatown Wars. There's the Switch version of LA Noire.
Which is awful. Don't play it.
And I think that's actually it.
I'm just gonna have to hide my copy then.
Oh, yeah. There's the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition. And that's it.
We all know the cluster fuck for that story.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all the stuff that Rockstar published for Nintendo consoles.
Did I really only do one mission in this entire part?